You've been lied to about what authority looks like online. Guys, we got to talk about this, man, because I see so many people struggling with it. And it's actually costing you, it's actually making a lot of people feel like they don't have a chance. I see a lot of people get discouraged about starting their personal brand because of this very thing right here. Let's get right into it. The biggest lie sold to you is that you need millions of followers, right, to be an authority. That is the beyond nonsense. And this is coming from a guy who's had 7 years plus in creating a personal brand. I've been told the exact same thing. I thought the exact same thing for a long time. Oh, I got to just go grow a following, grow a following, grow a following, grow a following. All right. And that's complete bullshit. And I'm about to prove it to you. The real truth about authority, guys, is that fake authority is millions of followers, no results, right? Influence without competence. This is important. Okay. People are getting followers. The TikTok era fucked people's minds up. Seeing Charlie D'Amelio and all these people go viral and become millionaires because they just were posting on the internet. People took that as that's what building a brand is. Now, it's possible for you to get 50 million fucking followers and be making a lot of money from brand deals and all this other shit. But that's not a realistic thing for most people. Personal brands is something that is available to everyone. It's not just for the ultra successful, ultra well-known, right? The TikTok boom gave a lot of people with no actual skill sets a lot of influence. But it didn't mean that they got competence. It doesn't mean that you having followers means that you know what the fuck you're talking about. I would even argue just having followers in itself means absolutely nothing. Means absolutely nothing. All right. And there are a lot of people with actual competence that are afraid that they're not going to be welcomed if they don't have influence. And that's just so far from the truth. Okay. People start chasing viral content. I was one of them. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you guys. I was one of them. Chasing viral content. How can I get in the algorithm? How can I get views? How can I get views? How can I get views? How can I do something bizarre and people see my videos? Chasing vanity metrics. And it doesn't work. It never works. All it does is just keeps you chasing views. I started to really realize this as I realized that my business wasn't actually growing as much, even though I was growing publicly. All right. Keep in mind, I made my first $1 million last year. You know what I'm saying? And I did well. I did very well. But for the amount of clout that I got, I don't think that it was proportional. All right. Then I would see people who had way less followers than me, people who were like super, super niche and super informative. They were making tens of millions. And I realized, holy shit, I'm over here thinking that I made $1 million. I'm somebody. And they got motherfuckers with 3,000 followers making 20 million a year. Huh? Literally, guys. My realization. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I was chasing viral content. And the beautiful thing about a personal brand is, this is why I say a personal brand is like dummy proof. Because you can still make a lot of money and not be really, you don't have, it's not one way to make money. So you see these influencers who are millionaires and they don't have to necessarily be competent. You can make money with the platforms, you can make money with sponsorships, right? But if you do your personal brand the right way, you can make money from it all. You can have real competence and still monetize and make the most amount of money. All right. I'm like, how the hell these motherfuckers, 5,000 followers, making $1 million a month? $1 million a month. 800 followers, 2,000 followers, Barely any views, 1 million a month. Because they're not chasing viral content. They're solving the problems for their target audience. Okay? The next thing is copying what others do. A lot of what content is today is how can I copy what's already popular? People have gone so far away from what makes them unique, what makes them original, to how can I just copy as many people as possible? How can I, how can I look cool? And that shit will hurt you to the T. You do not want to be just copying other people. You take things that are already working, you see what's popular, like you see what's the things you should be copying are the things that move the needle the most. When I say move the needle, what makes your brand money? What brings income into your pocket? See what the people who are making the most amount of money are doing and do that. Not just copying what's getting views. Because views is so surface level that it doesn't convert to clients. All right. Next is real authority. People in your industry know your name. We just talked about fake authority. Now talking the real. When people know who you are, you start to build a brand. Clients come to you. Okay. If you don't have people saying, "Hey, man, can I get on a call with you? Can I get some help? How do I get some help?" You don't got no real fucking authority. It's make-believe. It's make-believe. All right. When you have a really good product or service that the target avatar feels like it can actually solve their problem, they're gonna be blowing your phone up. All right. Your competitors, they'll be studying your moves. They'll be trying to figure out what's he doing. How can I copy from him? If you notice people in your industry starting to ask you questions or starting to mimic your videos, and you doing it right. Right? Your expertise speaks louder than the follower count. Like I said, I've known people with no following make millions of dollars a year. All from a fucking specified skill set. If you know, I gave this example on Instagram, right? I said, if you could find a way, and I don't know if this is a real thing or not, maybe it already exists, but if you could find a way to give doctors, if you could help neurosurgeons find people who need preventive care for spinal cord surgery, guess how much you will be making a year? A lot of money. Now, I don't know if that thing already exists, but there are people out there who they're going to be going through some life-threatening surgeries, life-threatening fucking circumstances this year. Imagine if you could help those people avoid having to go through that by matching them with a doctor that can give them preventive care. You'll be rich. That's just something I thought about. I'm like, think about how specified that is. Do you need 1 million followers for that? That example I just gave you, do you need 1 million followers for that? Do you even need 10,000 followers for that? But do you know the people who would want your services, they will be willing to pay you an arm and a fucking leg on both sides, the doctors and the fucking patients. If you could help the patients find a doctor that'll help save their fucking life, they'll pay you. If you gave the doctor more clients that he can help and save, he'll pay you. Okay? So this is how I build real authority. Okay? I solved my own problems first. I was terrible with women. I remember when I was a teenager, girls didn't look my way. Then I figured it out. I realized that I had to improve myself substantially, dynamically, in all areas. And then I started and I taught people how I did the same thing. I was broke, right? Then I built a 7-figure personal brand. I was out of shape. Then I got ripped. I solved my own problems. You can't teach what you haven't done. That's not authority. You got motherfuckers teaching shit that they don't even know. If you're gonna teach something that you don't know, you need to document you learning this shit. Every brand that I've ever done, I'm going into like my third brand now. I'm all in on personal branding because they have all three of these things have been my brands. It has been part of who I am. I first started off by just helping people get in better shape. Then I help people with women. Now I'm helping people with their finances, health, wealth, relationships. All the three pillars of life. I worked on maximizing those things before I decided to talk about it, teach about it. Number two is I focused on depth over breadth. Right? I help specific people with specific problems. When I made the most amount of money, it was helping people who needed a specific, who wanted my help for a specific part of their life. I got really fucking good at one thing: helping men look their best to attract women. This is what I essentially went viral for, but I was helping people with that problem of their life that they knew was holding them back from getting the kind of women that they wanted. Then I became a go-to expert in my niche. Right? If you think about self-improvement, men's lifestyle, you mention my name, it's not going to be far before somebody knows who I am. Okay? I provided value before asking for anything. Spent hours, guys, answering questions live for free. Did that shit for about 2 years. Just answering questions for free. Giving advice for free. Detailed content solving real problems. Gave people solutions to the problems that they were facing. They took my solutions, implemented into their life, and then when they wanted more help, they came right back to the person who just gave them the solution. This is why I tell people all the time, there's no hiding the secrets. There's nothing that you're going to teach people that they have never heard before. Or, well, not necessarily. You can teach people things that they never heard before, but it's not impossible to get information anymore. It needs to be curated and personalized. This is what we offer in our mentorship, right? We don't offer just advice. We offer personalized advice based on what you're going through. But when you solve people's problems for free, when they want to spend money, they come back to you because they feel like you already helped them. People will pay someone who already helped them 10x. And I showed up years consistently. Yeah, I showed up year after year after year after year consistent. Now, these are the three pillars of a real authority. Expertise. Actually know what the fuck you're talking about. Number one, not some make-believe bullshit. Have results that you can point to. When I was teaching people how to get fit, I was ripped. I had testimonials of people I already helped. My first couple people that I helped was for free. I used to help my fellow classmates get in good shape for free for testimonials. I was in good shape. I had their testimonials. No brainer for somebody to pay me money. Okay? And lastly, stop teaching YouTube knowledge. Your content cannot be that regurgitated, right? People can't feel like what you're helping them with, it sounds like fucking YouTube shit. It sounds like you went and watched the video and then you gave them advice. And the reason people could tell us is because you don't have any real world examples. You can't point to what you did and what you said. It's just more general knowledge. So stop teaching people YouTube knowledge and go get real knowledge on your own. Okay? Pillar number 2 is consistency. Show up every damn day. In some way, shape, or form for your audience that you're trying to build. Show up. Give them advice. Be there. Right? Give feedback. Tell them what to do and what not to do. Recency bias is a really big thing. Right? If people feel like whenever they're having a problem, and this is the funny thing, right? Let's say you start a brand of physiotherapy. I'll give you one of my personal brand students right now. All right. This is a brand where if an athlete doesn't even have an injury, the guy that's in our mentorship, he helps athlete recover, rehab, and get back to peak form. Even if somebody who's watching his videos doesn't have an injury, but the fact that he's showing up every single day, if they get an injury, who do you think they're going to come to? The human beings, this is how you make money, guys. Human beings want to simplify our problems as much as possible. We don't want to have to go through extreme adversity because our brains don't like that. So commonality, recency, these things, if people will go with somebody they know and like more than who they feel like has more authority in their, or who has more clout. Oh, damn, this person right here, I know he's been doing this for like a long time. I remember he just made a video that helped me out. They're gonna go to you. Okay? 7 years plus of content for me. I've been doing this shit for 7 years. Right? Authority, reliability over time. I've been a go-to face for male self-improvement for years. When people need advice, now even with the personal brands, who are you coming back to? My videos. Because you know you're going to get some value from it. Pillar number 3 is value delivery. Every post should help your audience. You should never be posting shit just to be posting shit. You have to remove the selfishness from the content that you're making. It should be purposely to help the people that you would possibly want to serve. Educate, not entertain. Let me make sure I color code these. Okay. So show up every damn day. That is a yellow. 7 years plus of content. That's a green. Authority and reliability. Okay. So every post should help your audience, right? That's a yellow. That's color coordinated, level of importance. Educate, don't entertain. People don't give a fuck about. See, this is where most people get confused with this fake authority bullshit, right? They think that if I just get eyeballs, that means that people trust me. People don't give a fuck. They look at you like a clown. You making these videos, jumping up and down. They watch because it's entertaining, but they ain't gonna give you no money to solve a problem. And the only amount of money you can make is from things that are like so surface level, promotions, shit like that. If the building a brand and being an influencer are not the same thing. Influencers, in my opinion, right? They do whatever it takes to be able to have influence. They have followers, they have views. People will pay to be in front of their audience, the people who watch them, right? But a brand is somebody that actually solve a specific problem for a specific target avatar. And that's what, in my opinion, that what you should be. Not just an influencer, a brand. Okay? Stop posting just to stay relevant. Post to give value. Now, these are the metrics that actually matter. Forget likes and follows. Focus on how many people implement your advice. Super important. Are people actually taking the shit that you're saying and actually doing it? How many people reach out to work with you? This is incredibly important. If people are not messaging you to help them, they don't feel like you're an authority. How many people recommend you to others? If you're not getting affiliates, if you're not getting recommendations, people don't think that your products and services are good enough to tell other people. When something is good, people fucking blab. They talk. So if your products and services are not being recommended, they're not that fucking good. How much are you making from your expertise? Another yellow. If you're not making money, it's because you haven't done the positioning the right way. You don't have authority positioning. People don't look at you as a person that they want to give their credit card to help them solve this problem. Okay, so now this is going to be your 30-day authority plan. Days 1 through 10, super important. You're going to document your expertise and your journey. As you're watching this right now, for the next 10 days, if you want to build more authority, you're going to go and everything that you're going to do, everything that you're going to learn, you're going to be putting it out there. You're going to be documenting it. So people know that, okay, this person is actually, they're trying to get better at something. Or they're learning something that they could be able to provide value to us. Days number 11 to 20, you're going to help people for free. I want you to do live streams. I want you to do Q&As. I want you to get in front of your audience and actually help them. Help people for free. Provide massive value. Okay? And lastly, days number 21 to 30, position yourself as the authority. Once you built momentum now, actually helping people. You show people why your products and services are actually the next viable solution. By the day 30, you'll have more real authority than people with 10x your followers. People don't follow this strategy. This right here, they don't do it. They just chase views, they chase clout. But if you can document and show your expertise, you help people for free, and you position yourself as the solution, you will start to become an authority that most people with millions of followers never have. Okay? And the bottom line is this, man. Authority isn't about being famous. It's about being helpful. Okay? It's not about going viral. It's about going valuable. How can people look at you as, damn, this person, man, every time I watch their content, I get something from it. And I built a 7-figure business from real expertise, not internet fame. The amount of money that I was able to make, the students that I've been able to help didn't come from virality. They came because they felt like I can actually help them. Okay? So if you're watching this right now and you want some help and you want to build a real brand, not some fucking clickbait bullshit, go on the link in the description and the pinned comments. Apply for the Inner Circle mentorship, and let me see if I can help you out. Okay? Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'll get back with you guys next time.